Hello student, I am your physics mentor Nitesh Kumar and you are watching Drona Academy e-learning series. Okay, till now we already discussed about plane mirror. So today we will start with the spherical mirror. Okay, so we discuss how a plane mirror is forming image, laws of reflection. These things we discuss in our first lecture. Okay, second lecture here we will start with the spherical mirror. What is a spherical mirror? It's important, sir, students. Like plane mirror, the reflecting surface is plane. It's a spherical mirror. From name you can say here the reflecting surface are part of sphere or curve. Okay, so you can also say it's a curve mirror. Okay, so what is a spherical mirror? And because it's a part of a sphere, look at this. This one is a sphere, not a circle, student. Assume it's a 3D. Okay, it's a sphere. And if you are cutting this sphere from here and here, so what you will get? You will get from here. I'm drawing the 3D image of this. The 3D image you will get is like this. Is it or not? And if you are cutting this sphere from here, you will get a like this. Okay, so two parts like a spoon we having. Okay, so if you are cutting a sphere, you will get like this. Two shape you will get like this. Now if you are painting or silvering, this is called the silvering. Okay, in plane mirror we silver the one surface. Okay, and here if you will silver the outer surface, it means you will get a mirror. That mirror is actually like this, and this is called concave mirror. And if you will paint or silvered with the inner part, then you will get the mirror like this, and it's a that is a concave, this is the convex. I am writing here name, it's a concave mirror, and this one is the convex. Okay, student. Okay, here look at this. Concave is what? Cave part. The spherical mirror which reflecting surface is cave like this. Is it or not? Here the outer surface is silvered. The outer surface of a sphere is silvered. In this case, the inner surface of a sphere is silvered or painted. That's why it's a convex. उठा हुआ है थोड़ा सा, ऐसा अंदर की ओर धंसा हुआ है. Okay, so now you understand what is concave mirror and what is convex. Now I am going to discuss basic terms related to this spherical mirror. Okay, so basic first is paraxial rays. Paraxial rays is what? It's like if a ray where incidence angle is very small. Okay, look at this. Here it is defined. The ray which have very small angle of incidence are known as paraxial ray. Okay, so it's falling on the surface with very small incident angle or angle of incidence is known as paraxial rays. Or in this chapter in 10th class we are actually going to take rays which will come is like a paraxial. Their angle of incidence will be very small. Okay, we'll take the approximation also. That's why I'm defining here the paraxial rays, because in this topic I'm going to use the words paraxial rays. Physics is what? Physics all about the learning of meaning of words. It's very important here. Okay, so that's why I'm defining here paraxial rays. You understand? Pole and vertex. Pole and vertex. Look at this. Here we having a mirror. Okay, like we having here concave mirror. So a point, you are choosing a point from which point easy for you to measure the distance of image, object and all. Taking measurement from this point is easy. That point is called pole. It's a point on the mirror from where it is easy to measure the object and image distance. This is clear? So all measurement will take, this is actually called the reference point also. Okay, in optics we are telling it's a pole or vortex. This is clear, student? Now comes to the center of curvature. Look at this. This mirror or this mirror, this concave mirror and this convex mirror is actually part of this sphere. Try to understand. This concave mirror and this convex mirror is actually part of this sphere. तो इसका जो सेंटर होगा, द सेंटर ऑफ दिस स्फीयर इज एक्चुअली कॉल्ड COC. गेम का याद ना आ जाए. COC is here center of curvature. Okay, student, COC is the center of curvature. So how we are defining in physics language, in rough language, I already told you. Actually you have to just understand. No one is going to ask you to define center of mass, not center of curvature, radius of curvature. But it's okay. If you want to note down the definition, you can note down from here also. You can pause the video and you can note down. Okay, so what is the meaning is clear. Now here they are defining like this: the center C of a sphere which the spherical mirror is part is the center of curvature of the mirror. This is clear, student? Now radius of curvature, again same. These two mirror or the mirrors here we having this concave or convex is actually part of this sphere. So radius of this sphere is actually called radius of curvature. It's called ROC, radius of curvature. Same definition. Is it clear, student? Now principal axis. What is the principal axis? The line joining. जैसे कि मैं इसके सामने सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर COC धर लिया. COC, the line joining center of curvature and pole. The line passing from center of curvature and pole is actually known as principal axis. Okay, here it's written line joining pole and center of curvature of the mirror is known as principal axis. This is clear, student? Okay. Sorry. Now here we are considering the paraxial rays. Will define you later what is focal length and all that, the relation between the focal length, these things define. This relation actually here we will just take the direct approximation for the focal length, student. We are defining these things in class 12. R minus R by 2 sec theta equal to R by 2, because the approximation, if theta is very, we are taking here the paraxial rays. Okay, this is not for you people. So if we are taking the paraxial rays, it means theta is very small, and we know that sec theta, the value of small angle of sec theta is 1, like sin theta. If angle is very small, sin theta is 0. Then if you are taking the sec theta or cos theta, it will be 1. Okay, student? So R minus R by 2 is a R by 2. It's okay, leave, this is not a part. Focus. How we will define the focus? I am taking the example of concave mirror. So if ray is coming parallel to principal axis, now you already understand what is principal axis, the line passing from pole, or you can say the vertex or center of curvature. Okay, the line joining pole and center of curvature is known as principal axis. Okay, I am assuming it's a center of curvature COC, and here it's a pole. It means this is the principal axis. Okay, so a line, if a light coming parallel to principal axis and after reflecting from this curved mirror, if it is passing from a point or cutting at point, that point is called the focus point. Look at this, here it's different. If a ray are parallel to principal axis and paraxial, then the point of which they appear to converge is known as focus. Okay, but if we are taking a convex mirror, and ray coming parallel to principal axis, so at that point it's already converged, or this converging ray or reflected rays are cutting or meeting at a one point. That's the focus point. But in this case, student, if we are taking a convex mirror, on that case this ray are actually not going to meet because it will diverge. But if you are observing from in front of mirror, what you will observe, it's looking like the rays are coming from this point, and this point is here focus. Okay, now the next is focal length. Focal length is what, student? The distance between pole and focus point. The distance between pole and focus point is called focal length. Here also you can define, it's a pole, so distance between pole and focus point is called focal length. Aperture, the line joining the end point of the mirror. This one is the A, this one is the B, this is the aperture. Here it is defined already, student. Now focal plane, the plane passing from the focus point. Look at this, I am assuming here this is the plane and this plane is passing from the focus point. So this is the focal plane. Okay, here it is written, the plane passing through the focus and perpendicular to optics. Look at this, I am showing here in 3D. एक सेपरेट इमेज बनाता हूं. This one is the focus F. So a plane is passing from the focus. उसको तो ऐसे ही बनाएंगे ना हम लोग. Look at this is the plane and it is a passing from the focus. ऐसा 3D में रखा हुआ है. Okay, and it's a perpendicular to the principal axis. Principal axis ऐसा है यूं. Okay, और this plane is like this. Okay, so you can say it's a focal plane. ओके ज्यादा यूज नहीं है, सिर्फ इमेज फॉर्म होगा. ओके, नाउ रूल्स ऑफ इमेज फॉर्मेशन, और यू कैन से द इमेज फॉर्मेशन थ्रू स्फेरिकल मिरर. हाउ स्फेरिकल मिरर इज इमेज फॉर्मिंग, वी ऑलरेडी डिस्कस हाउ आवर प्लेन मिरर्स आर फॉर्मिंग इमेज. सो टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस हाउ एंड व्हाट आर द कंडीशन you required for forming the image through the spherical mirror. Look at this. First, okay, I am following the points, whatever the points written there. So first point is, if a ray passing parallel to if a ray coming parallel to principal axis after reflecting through the spherical mirror, it will pass or it will appear like passing or coming from the focus point. It will pass or appear like coming from the focus point. Why I am telling both? Because if you are considering concave and convex on the two case, look at this. If ray is coming parallel to principal axis, it is actually passing from the focus. If ray is coming parallel to principal axis, in the case of convex, it look like coming from focus. Okay, this is clear, students. So this is the first point, image formation through a spherical mirror. Second is what? A ray is passing or directed towards the focus. What is the meaning of this? Look at this, student. If ray is coming or directed towards focus after reflecting through a spherical mirror, it will be parallel to principal axis. Try to understand the meaning of this sentence. If ray is coming from focus, try to understand, or passing from focus. So this one is the focus point, and for this one is the focus point. Sorry, here focus point. Okay, now if ray is passing from focus after reflecting through this concave mirror, it will be parallel to principal axis. Try to understand. Ray is coming like this. It's coming from focus. After reflecting from this mirror, it's parallel to principal axis. Here in the convex mirror, if ray is coming towards the principal focus, if ray is coming towards the focus after reflecting through the convex mirror, it will be पैरेलल टू प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. अगर रे फोकस से आ रही है और इससे रिफ्लेक्शन के बाद, कॉनकेव मिरर के रिफ्लेक्शन के बाद ये प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस के पैरेलल हो जाएगी. इफ रे इज कमिंग टुवर्ड्स, अगर रे फोकस की तरफ आ रही है आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्टिंग थ्रू दिस मिरर, इट विल बी पैरेलल टू प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड स्टूडेंट. This is clear. Okay, we will use this property for image formation through a spherical mirror. Okay student, now third point is what? If I am considering this one a concave and convex, parallelly I am taking concave and convex. Okay, because right now we are discussing the image formation through spherical, and there is two type of spherical mirror, concave as well as convex. Okay, so concave, the image formation through concave and convex, I am taking both at a time. So now if ray is coming from center of curvature, we already discussed if ray is coming from the focus, what is happening? If ray is coming from focus, what is happening? It will be after reflecting through the mirror, it will be parallel to principal axis. In convex mirror, if ray is coming towards the focus after reflecting, again it will be parallel to principal axis. Similarly here student, if ray is coming from center of curvature or coming towards, COC will be here, coming towards center of curvature. If ray is coming towards center of curvature, in both case it will retrace their path. Try to understand. If ray is coming from center of curvature after reflecting through this mirror and coming towards center of curvature after reflecting through this convex mirror, it will retrace their own path. Is it clear student? Okay, तो ये अपने ही पाथ को रिट्रेस कर देगा, जिधर से आया था उधर ही चले जाएगा. This is clear student? Okay. Now here it's given, and it's easy to make and trace the image of incidence pole as shown in below, like law of reflection. So that's why I don't need to define this. I already explain you this property. I don't need to explain this because I already told you the first day in first lecture, the law of reflection is valid everywhere. So if a ray is falling at this point with the theta degree angle, it will reflect back with the theta. If ray is falling here with the theta degree angle, it will reflect back with the theta. Okay, so law of reflection is valid everywhere. It's a universal law. This is clear students? Now we'll start this. Okay, this relation. Now I'm coming to this relation. This is called the mirror formula student. This is called the mirror formula. Then after we'll discuss the sign convention. So first I'm going to discuss, I'm going to now basics terminology you already understand. So I'm going to give you the proof of this mirror formula. What is the mirror formula student? 1 by u plus 1 by v is equal to 1 by f, or in some book you will find it's written 2 by r, because we are considering the f equal to r by 2 approximately. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay. So now student, I'm going to prove this mirror formula. Before here proof, first we'll discuss the sign convention, because we have to use this sign convention also in this proof. Okay, this relation is simple. 1 by v plus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. Okay, and f is actually r by 2. This is called the mirror formula. It's a very important. Okay, and CBSE is asking every year at minimum one question from this topic, and especially based on this formula. Okay student, now sign convention. Sign convention, few rules are written. I am just going to tell you these rules. By the way, practically I am going to tell you the one shortcut. You have to use that every time. Okay, and especially for the 10th class student, every time it will work. It's very simple in 12th class also, but it's a correct, okay, and that is very simple. So I am going to tell you the shortcut for this sign convention. By the way, here it is written in our books also, okay. So what is the rules? The rules is all the distance are measured from the pole. That's why we decided that's name of that pole or vertex, because it's easy to measure the distance from that point. Is it or not? The first rule we will follow, the all distance we are going to measure from pole, okay, a spherical mirror along the principal axis. So you have to measure all the distance from pole along the principal axis. Second point, distance measured along the principal axis in the direction of incident ray. You have to consider that's a positive, and opposite of that is negative. I am repeating again. If ray is propagating from left to right, so the distance you are measuring from pole in the direction of incident ray, you have to consider that's a positive, and opposite of that is negative. Third, distance measured above the principal axis is positive and below the principal axis is negative. Okay student, then after we'll discuss the proof of this mirror formula. Okay, so now first what they are telling in these 3 points I am telling you here. So I am considering concave, दोनों एक साथ ले लेता हूँ, okay, and here convex. Okay student, so first we having a pole here and we having a pole here. Okay student, now the distance, whatever the distance you will measure from pole, if rays, the direction of ray is this one and direction of ray is here, this one, okay, from left to right, okay, ray is coming here from horizontally left to right, here also left to right. Then how you will take the sign? Whatever the distance you will measure in this direction, the direction of ray, in this direction if you are measuring, it will be positive. In this direction if your distance is measuring, it's a negative. Above the principal axis, whatever the distance you are measuring, it's a positive. Below the principal axis, whatever the distance you are measuring, it's a negative. Similarly here student, if you are measuring any distance in this direction, that will be positive. In this direction, it's a negative. Above the principal axis, it's a positive. Below the principal axis, it's a negative. This is clear to everyone? Okay student. Now what's the shortcut? Shortcut is actually very much similar to this. What? Our standard coordinate system. Because we having a coordinate geometry in our 9th class also, I think. And suppose you don't know the coordinate geometry, then also you all are familiar with this. This is a positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis. Now you can place here either convex or concave. मैं दोनों को एक साथ ही ले रहा हूँ. And make sure or assume pole is at origin. We are defining origin 0, 0. Is it or not? And this is the pole. This is the pole. Okay. And here ray is coming from negative x-axis to positive x-axis. Then what you have to do? You have to follow the standard coordinate system. Why? Whatever distance you are measuring in this direction, it's positive. We know that here we have a positive x, positive 1, 2, 3, 4 positive. Here in this direction if you are measuring something, that's a negative. Above positive y-axis, below is a negative y-axis. It means if you are measuring anything, if this situation you have, in this case if you are measuring anything along positive x-axis, that's a positive. Negative x-axis, that's a negative. above the principal axis we having a positive y axis, I am assuming it's a positive, below is negative, and you have to follow the sign convention. Like a student, if you are learning everything, okay, and you don't know how to apply the sign convention, you can't solve the question, you will get the incorrect answer. And trust me students, the most important thing, if you are knowing the relation also, this one 1 by v plus 1 by u equal to 2 by r or 1 by f, and they are giving the data, but you don't know what you have to take positive, what you have to take the negative, what you have to take the positive negative, okay, then you can't solve question. Okay, now student, I am telling you few important notation. Pole, you all know, we are denoting with the p. If our object is situated in front of mirror, it's the concave mirror, here we are denoting the distance between object and pole by u, and here ray is actually coming from negative x-axis to positive x-axis. Yes. After reflecting through, it will pass from the rays parallel to principal axis, it will pass from the focus. Okay, in this diagram I am going to actually define all the terms. Okay, this one is the image is forming, where the reflected ray are meeting, where image will form. So image is forming at this I point, here we having a object. The distance between object and pole is denoted by u, and the distance between image and pole is denoted by v. The distance between focus and pole we already defined, we are denoting it by f. Now you have to take the sign convention also. Look at this student, what you have to do, you have to draw this one is the pole, it's a positive y axis, negative y axis, positive x axis, this one the negative x axis. So here u is in this side negative, along the negative x axis, that's why here u is negative. V is also negative here, but look at this, the height of object is positive and height of image is here negative. Is it clear? Now I am taking the another example. I am taking another example here student. Pause the video and you can note down, so you can understand the sign convention in better way. So look at this, here I am taking a convex mirror. In this convex mirror, if our object is situated at this point, okay, we all know the distance between object and pole we are denoting by the u, and it is here, this pole is the origin. What I told you, you have to assume pole is the origin, it's here in this negative x-axis side, so you will take u is positive. In this case I am assuming image will form at this point, so here it's an image. So distance between pole and image we are denoting with the v, but it's along the positive x-axis, so you have to assume it's a positive. Focus, this is the focus point, and here this distance is a focal length, here focal length is positive. One more important thing student, in the case of convex you have to assume if it is in air medium and you are taking this one, so if we are considering a convex mirror you have to assume the focal length is positive, so focal length will be positive here, and if you are considering a concave, on that case the focal length is negative. Okay, these things are required for solving question. Okay student, now first I am going to discuss all the cases, all the case of image formation when object, where you will put the object, then where image will form, through the spherical mirror, Okay, then after we'll discuss the proof of mirror formula and magnification formula. Okay student, so now here it is given by the way. So before this, first I am going to discuss cases, no? This cases, then after we'll discuss the mirror formula, so you will understand better. Then after we'll discuss the mirror formula. First case, when object is at infinity. I am discussing here, the heading is image formation through concave mirror. Okay, and case 1 is what student? If our object is at infinity, this is the concave mirror, and here we are going to discuss the image formation through the concave mirror. Okay, this one is the focus point, this is the center of curvature. So if our object is situated at infinite, ray will come parallel to principal axis, and we all know if ray is coming from parallel to principal axis, it will meet at the focus point. So here image will form. That image will be real, very small in size, or at focus. This is our first case. Okay, why I consider ray is parallel? Look at this. If object is at infinite, it means very far from the mirror, or if light is coming from, if ray is coming from that very far object, it will be parallel. Is it or not? If light is coming from very far, it means it will be parallel to principal axis, and if it come parallel to principal axis, we all know that the light will meet at a point. That point is focus. It means image will form at focus point, and it's a real image because light is actually meeting at this point. That's why it's a real, very small. This is clear students? It's written here, image is formed at f, it's real, inverted, ulta form hoga, and very diminished, chota sa. Clear? When object is lies beyond center of curvature. Case second, ray diagram is very important student. Okay, and you have to draw this ray diagram through compass, using compass. Okay, I will also show you in next lecture, okay, how to draw the ray diagram through a compass. Okay, now I am discussing all the case. In second case, our object is beyond center of curvature. Try to understand. This one is our concave mirror. Here it's a focus, it's a center of curvature, or our object is actually lying beyond center of curvature. So ray will come, that's a parallel to principal axis. Is it or not? Okay, and we know that ray coming parallel to principal axis, after reflecting through the mirror, spherical mirror, concave mirror, it will pass from focus. Now ray is falling at this point with the theta angle, it will reflect back with the same theta angle. And where it is meeting? Here, between focus and center of curvature. This is the object, here image is formed. Okay student, so if object is situated beyond center of curvature, the image form is real, because look at this, the reflected rays are actually meeting at this point. So image is real, inverted. Look at this student, inverted. Why I am telling you here inverted? Image object was like this and image is ulta of this. देखो arrow नीचे की ओर है. It means it's a inverted, real, small in size. If you will draw the actual through compass now, through compass if you will draw this, if theta angle again you will measure and take here the theta angle, then you will get it's a small in size. Okay, so here what you will get? Real, inverted, small in size, and image location is what? Between focus and center of curvature. This is clear student? That's written there. Ray diagram. You can pause the video and note down the ray diagram. Third case. Case third. Case third is what? If object is situated at center of curvature. When object lies at C, it means if our object is situated at center of curvature. Look at this. This one is the focus, this one is the center of curvature. If our object is situated at the center of curvature, what will happen? Ray coming parallel to principal axis, after reflecting through the concave mirror, it will pass from the focus point. Ray is falling here with the theta degree angle, it will reflect back with the same angle, and image will form at the same center of curvature. If this is the center of curvature, the object's image will also form at the center of curvature. It's same in size. Okay, how I am drawing the image, you have to also learn that step by step. First, ray is coming parallel to principal axis. After reflecting through the concave mirror, it will pass from the focus. If ray is falling here with the theta degree angle, it will reflect back with the same theta degree angle. Okay, student? And here it will meet and image will form. Okay, now what's the property of image? The form image is real because rays are actually meeting at this point, so it's a real. Inverted, देखो उल्टा बन रहा है, so that's why it's a inverted. Okay, same in size. If height of object and this is the height of image, so here you will get height of object is actually equal to height of image. I am talking about the magnitude, है ना, साइज दोनों का सेम होगा. वैसे उल्टा बनना है, नेगेटिव आपको लेना हाइट ऑफ इमेज है, बट यू कैन से सेम इन साइज. ओके, रियल इन्वर्टेड सेम इन साइज एट सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर, अगर आपका ऑब्जेक्ट सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर पे तो है. ठीक है, बहुत अच्छे. नाउ द नेक्स्ट केस स्टूडेंट, केस 4. I suppose you all are understanding. It's a very simple. Case 4, student. Try to understand. So, if we having a spherical mirror, concave mirror, and if object is lying between center of curvature and focus. Fourth point is this one. When object is lies between focus and center of curvature. मैं यहां ले लिया. This one is our object. What will happen? Ray coming parallel to principal axis, after reflecting through the spherical mirror, it will pass from focus. Sorry student, पता नहीं डे में डेली गर्मी होता है, रात में डेली ठंडा. And if ray is falling at this point here with the theta degree angle, it will reflect back with the same theta degree angle. कहाँ मिलेगा, कहाँ मिलेगा? इधर. Look at this. Here image will form. Try to understand. This one is the object, this one is the image. So if your object is lying between center of curvature and focus, center of curvature and focus के बीच में अगर object है, then image form will be real. Again, why I am telling real? Because this reflected ray are meeting at this point. Actually this is meeting. Okay, that's why we can say it's a real and inverted. Inverted क्यों? ऐसे ऊपर की ओर था, यहाँ नीचे की ओर. समझ में आ रहा है? This is the height of object and this is the height of image. And here the height of image is greater than the height of object. So you can say the image form is big in size as compared to object. So what you can say, if your object is situated between center of curvature and focus, then image form is real, inverted, bigger in size and beyond center of curvature. Center of curvature के beyond बन रहा है. Is it or not? Very simple. Come to the next case. Case 5th. Case 5th कहाँ गया भाई? When object is at focus. Very simple. Look at this. If object is at focus, this one is the focus, this one is the center of curvature. So if we having an object and it is situated at the focus, what will happen? Ray coming parallel to principal axis, it will pass from the focus. Very good. Ray is falling at this point with the theta angle, it will reflect back with the same theta angle. अच्छा, थोड़ा सा look at this. These two rays are parallel to each other. The two reflected ray, I'm assuming one ray is here parallel to principal axis. After passing through, after reflecting through the mirror, it will pass from the focus, and the ray falling here with the theta angle, it will reflect back with the same theta angle. And after reflection, the rays are parallel to not parallel to principal, parallel to each other. Now what will happen? We know that parallel line will not meet. कभी भी पैरेलल लाइन एक दूसरे को काट नहीं करता. अगर नहीं करता तो हम लोग एज्यूम कर रहे हैं, इन एक्चुअली इन अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर मैथमेटिक्स पैरेलल लाइन विल नेवर मीट, नेवर कट ईच अदर. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर एज्यूमिंग रे विल मीट एट इनफाइनाइट. ऐसा होता नहीं है, मिलेगा ही नहीं. और इनफाइनाइट कभी आ नहीं सकता. आप सोच रहे हो इनफाइनाइट गुवाहाटी, आप गए गुवाहाटी नहीं मिला, अरे दिल्ली चलते वहां मिल जाएगा. दिल्ली गए वहां भी नहीं मिला, लंदन चलते हैं वहां मिल जाएगा, गए नहीं मिला, है ना. चाइना गए उधर भी नहीं मिला, कहीं भी नहीं मिला, आप ढूंढते रहोगे कहीं मिलेगा नहीं. ओके, इट मीन्स वी आर एज्यूमिंग जस्ट इट विल मीट एट इनफाइनाइट. सो इमेज विल फॉर्म एट इनफाइनाइट. सो व्हाट यू कैन से, इफ योर ऑब्जेक्ट इज सिचुएटेड एट फोकस, द इमेज फॉर्म इज रियल, क्योंकि जहां भी मिलेगा एक्चुअल में रे जा रहा है, मिलेगा. वेरी बिग इन साइज और एट infinity. Try to understand. Okay student, this is clear to everyone. Okay, now case 6. Ray diagram is very important students. If CBSE is asking question based on this topic, then you have to draw the ray diagram. That's important. Okay student, and every year CBSE is asking okay question based on this topic. It's an important topic. Okay student, so here we having a focus. Now the last case, our object is situated between focus and pole. बहुत सही. If our object is situated between focus and pole here, what will happen? Again ray coming parallel to principal axis will pass from the focus, and ray is falling at this point with the theta angle, it will reflect back with the same theta angle. Now if you are observing from this side, वैसे भी सारा ऑब्जर्वेशन हमने इसी साइड से लिया है. ओके, सो इफ यू आर ऑब्जर्विंग फ्रॉम इन फ्रंट ऑफ मिरर, इट विल नॉट मीट. ना लुक एट दिस, it will not meet. Ray is coming like this. If two ray is coming like that, it will never meet. So what observer will observe? Observer will observe that ray is actually coming. It's looking like it's coming from the behind the mirror. Actually it's not coming, it's a reflected back from the mirror, but it's looking like the ray is looking like it's coming from the behind the mirror. It means this observer will observe image is forming at that point. Okay, and it's a virtual image. So how, what we can say, if our object is situated between focus and pole, then image form is virtual. Why virtual, student? Because here ray is not meeting, actually not meeting, not cutting each other. Okay, that's why it's a virtual. Bigger in size, bigger in size. Okay, bigger in size, behind the mirror, mirror के पीछे. Is it okay? वीडियो लेंदी हो रहा है स्टूडेंट्स, सो मैं आज यहीं पे कट कर रहा हूँ. नेक्स्ट डे विल डिस्कस द मिरर फॉर्मूला, प्रूफ ऑफ मिरर फॉर्मूला. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर विल डिस्कस mirror formula, okay, and magnification formula, and then after we'll discuss the few good example also based on this topic. This is clear? Okay student, have a good time. Bye.